And with that said, let's get our superstar on here. He's one of the co-founders of GoTo. Matter of fact, at the last training we had 2 weeks ago, he trained. And I just love it. He sits back with his notebooks and his journals, and he goes out in the back with his cup of coffee, or when we had happy hour with his red stripe beer, and we just have a great conversation. And the reason why I like this gentleman, he just talks to you like he's just talking to you. And not only that, but apply what he gives you, because he has years of experience. If he didn't, you think the co-founders haven't trained everybody? And that's what I love about this gentleman. Without further ado, he hails from Southern California, was a past bartender, also in the movie business in Southern California. And trust me, he doesn't put on an act with us. He just gives it to us straight. He takes off the gloves and gives us what we need to hear. Without further ado, can we bring to the table the great, the one and only Regional Vice President Platinum, the great Mr. Dean Tarrolly.
Mr. T, good morning. Hey, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. So hope everybody is doing well. I see people are still jumping on. Got a few things to go over with you guys to kind of wrap this up. So we have this weekend. Are we on next Thursday, Mr.
Yes,
T?
sir. Absolutely. Absolutely. We got to have you close the year out too. Yes, sir.
Okay, no
Absolutely.
pressure. Got it. So you guys, let me start where I start every time I get a chance to do Mr. Thomas's call every other month for what seems like the last decade. You guys are putting up with me somehow. You guys, please don't take him for granted. Please don't take this environment for granted. Don't take his time for granted. Don't take his goodwill of arranging all these speakers for granted. When you are in a position of senior vice president in our company, when you fly private and own banks and do things, I just can't express to you guys how extraordinary it is that someone is willing to be so consistent with a group of people and provide an environment where people can really win. You know, it's not a guarantee. You know, that's one of the things that I really like about Mr. Thomas is that he had to earn and grind. Okay, let me say that again. He had to grind and work to build the business and create the lifestyle that he has right now. And people who are entrepreneurial, people who are A-type personalities, people who like to compete, I'm going to talk about that today, big time. They show up, man. And he's shown up for a long period of time. So just remember this as it pertains to you, and you can relate it to Mr. Thomas. Longevity equals credibility. Why is Mr. Thomas so credible? He has got longevity. So if you want to start taking your notes, that'd be the first one I would tell you to write down. What does that mean for many of you? Be here in a year. Don't worry about a decade. Hey, Blanca. Oh my God. So happy to see you. So happy to see you. One of our business partners out in El Paso. Love that lady. Boy, talk about people who've been through some challenges. I'm not airing any dirty laundry, but to have her, the kind of challenges that she has and has the vision to still be on calls like this and be a part of this. Oh yeah, it's great to see you, love. Anyway, so let me just tell you guys, being around matters. Okay. Being present matters. Being engaged and involved matters. Being, it sounds really corny and cliche, but being a part of your own rescue matters, right? So what happens is people have big visions and they have big ideas of what they're going to do in ACN until someone punches them in the gut, until someone gets them with a right hook that they didn't see coming. Let me give you an example. My best friend said it's some pyramid. It's not going to work. Whack. I didn't see that coming. I think, and then you hear this conversation. I got to really rethink this a little bit. Time. What the mother? That wasn't even a part of your conversation yesterday. You were the most excited person on planet Earth, maybe the most excited person in the galaxy. And because your broke brother-in-law said, oh, it looks like this, it's one of those things. Now you're going to talk to me about rescheduling your time. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Or how about this? Someone joins the team 2 days later, they say, I quit. Quit? But first of all, I didn't even know you started. How can you quit? You got to start something to quit. So why would I be starting with this? It's just to let you guys know that, look, one of the things that I hope you get from me is you're going to get full disclosure, man. And here's the deal, right? Here's the deal. People are going to join. People are going to quit. People are going to do well. People aren't. People are going to participate. People won't. People will call you back. People won't. I'm telling you all this stuff in advance. So when it happens, don't be surprised. Like, you guys, it's just part of the deal. One of the years ago, most of you don't know this person. Al does. I certainly do. I think maybe Julian does for sure. Some of you do on the call. I don't know if Jocelyn's on, but one of my old coaches, one of my mentors in this is a gentleman named Al Sajays, and Al is great. He's a great friend. I really respect him a lot. And we were running the office over here in Sherman Oaks when we could all meet in an office. And there was someone that was talking to him about what I just shared with you. People join, people quit, people show up, people don't, people qualify, people don't, all these kind of things, right? And Al would look at the person, and he said to me in front of a group that brought something like this up, he goes like this. He goes, obviously, Dave, Al goes like this. He goes, this is the business you've chosen. So you just have to accept it, right? There's so many examples on this call. I brought up a gentleman recently. He's on the call. His name is Steve. He's doing a great job. He's in Wisconsin. We're making a lot of moves over there. And I'm not going to put him on the spot or anything, but Steve, I'll speak on your behalf. He runs a real estate company. He's got a construction company. He's got multiple things going on. I asked him, like, hey, do you ever have any challenges? He goes, do I ever have any challenges? I'm up every day at freaking 5 a.m. My day is challenges, but you work through them. Let me talk to you guys about this. He owns multiple business. He's on this call. He owns multiple businesses. Hey, Steve, do you ever have any challenges? Every day. And here's what you guys should know about this. Listen up. The more challenges you have, chances are the bigger your business is building. Let's be very clear. If there are no challenges going on, guess what's going on in your ACN business? Nothing. Zero. How lucky. Well, I'm trying to get together with this person and their schedule's really tough and they're trying to get their friends in front of the information. We just can't get the schedule. What a great, are you bragging or complaining? Pick one. So I want you guys to know that this is just the nature of what we do. And instead of resisting it and pushing it away and complaining like a little whiny, some thumb-sucking 5-year-old, why not step up and be freaking grateful that you have people and an opportunity to build a business where you can get some control back in your life? Please give me a break. What is it? I mean, I didn't do particular. I'm pretty good with numbers, but I didn't do particularly well in physics. A body at rest stays at rest. Isn't that what they say? Isn't that a body at rest stays at rest? A body in motion stays in motion. Well, here's one of the issues. A lot of you, your ACN business is at rest. A lot of your businesses are at rest. And you're expecting something from nothing. You're expecting movement from a business that is at rest. Now, there's good news in this. And that is, at least you're in the environment. And you guys have heard me talk about this before, where I'm like, look, man, there's a difference between, being an audience member and being a participant. Like, are you an observer or are you a participant? And I have no problem if people want to be an observer. I have no problem if people want to show up to a call like this every freaking day, right? Hoping that one day they're going to hear something that's going to put them into action. I'm going to tell you guys something. And Mr. Thomas, hopefully I'm okay saying this. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I'm just telling you right now. You're not going to jump onto some call and hear me or hear Al, or like, I'm telling you, it's not, because it's not what Al says or what I say or what any of the other leaders on this call say that's going to move you into action. What's going to happen is you're going to get a voice from inside that's going to go, you know what? There are people less talented. There are people less capable. There are people with more difficult circumstances. There are people with less time. There are people with less money. There are people with less contacts. There are people with less influence doing more than me. That part I'm glad is recorded. You guys need to replay that over and over. Why? Why would I ask you to listen to that over and over? Because you are so capable. I said that last week. So, which leads us to this month. And there is a theme that we had, that every month I try to come up with something that's going to impact you guys. Anybody want to put in the chat what the theme for this month is? Right on cue, Julian Lewis, first in the lot. Put up or shut up. Put up or shut up. Please stop talking your big game. And by the way, the number one person you need to stop talking to like that is yourself. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. How about this? Here's an idea, right? Not even in my notes, off the cuff. How about this? Instead of, oh my God, hang on a minute. I got to write this down. Y'all just got to wait for a minute. Hang on. Okay, here goes. I'm going to be talking about this on Sunday night. By the way, for those of you who are on my leadership call Sunday night, Sherry, and I've seen you on there a few times. When I go over this on Sunday night, you need to be equally as impressed. Here's what you need to do. Listen. Here's what I want you to do. You got to make a trade. And here's what you need to trade. You guys listen up. Please freaking listen up. You need to trade I'm gonna for I did. You need to trade I'm gonna for I did. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to peak 10 people. I'm going to be on that Saturday training. I'm going to take notes. I'm going to start training this seriously. You need to trade I'm going to for I did. Do you know how empowering that's going to be for you? When you get on this call with me next Thursday and you guys are finally done with me, and you're going to be able to go, you know what? I did do this between Christmas and next Thursday. I did peak 10 people. I did get a new customer. I did earn a cab bonus. I did do 5 presentations. I did get people on the presentation calls. You guys, I do a presentation call. I'm scheduled for tonight at 6:00 too. So now you've got multiple presentation calls to get on. I did get people on those calls. I did. Do you guys understand what's going to happen for you at the end of this year if you stack up a bunch of I dids versus looking at all those I'm gonnas? I mean, damn. I did. How about this? I'm gonna stop complaining. I did stop complaining. I'm going to talk to those people. I did talk to those people. I'm going to go and peek that person that runs them. I'm going to peek that manager at the restaurant, and you drive right by the restaurant. You circle back around because you remember this call and you go, I did peek that person. I was driving by. I thought about you. I'm working on a business project. And I know this is totally off the cuff, but I just think you're awesome. I'm working on a business project. Do you look at other ways of making money outside of the restaurant, outside of the diner, outside of the clothing store, outside of the car dealership, outside of the mechanic? I did. Do you guys realize if you start stacking up a bunch of I dids, you're going to win? Because some people actually say yes. Proof is we're all on this call. Proof is the company's been around for 28 years. Give me a break. So why don't we have more of those stories? And I think part of it is because people don't really understand the gift of this business. They really don't. By the way, you know who understands the gift of this business when they do it and they do it well? A traditional business owner. A traditional business owner understands the gift of this business because they realize all the things that they have to have in place to run a traditional business are absent here. All of the legal, all of the workers' comp, all of the, oh my God, the regulations, the limitations, the expectations, all that stuff. All that stuff. But you get here, we get customers, we build teams of people, we teach them how to get customers, and we duplicate that out. Give me a break. And you guys, you know something, I'm just going to tell you this, and I mean this from the heart. Like, there's a lot of people that I have some history with on this call, and I know there's a lot of comments that go into the chat, and you guys say great stuff. Like, listen to me, listen up. You guys say great stuff. Now I want you to do what you're saying. Please, please. So right now, we're in a season of giving. By the way, too bad that the season of giving isn't year round, right? Like, it really should be that way. I mean, we all believe it should be that way. But this is kind of the season of giving. It's the holidays. It's whatever you Merry Christmas. It's whatever your particular brand of vodka is when it comes to that. That's the season that we're in. So ACN is a gift. Well, the first thing you got to think about, I think, is make sure you give yourself the gift. Know the gift that you have in this business. Understand the compensation plan. Understand what's sitting on the table for all of us. We get paid to socialize. We get paid to talk to people, put them in front of the leader that you're working with. Sign me up. I may have just recruited myself again after 17 years. Really? That's what we do? And you're complaining about that? That's craziness to me. Understand that gift for yourself. Well, now, see, here's the thing. You can't share the gift with others if you don't really understand the gift for yourself, because now it's not coming from the heart. It's not coming from something inside. It's coming from your idea of what it is. So you got to really kind of embrace and understand the absolute unbelievable gift that we have with ACN and what you have for you. Well, when you understand the gift that you have for you, it's very easy to start giving that gift to other people and to respect the gift of this business. I mean, you guys, for real, there's so many people out there working now that they're trying to get second jobs. They're trying to make up for the last year and a half of what happened with COVID. But guess what the second job requires? The second job requires checking in, checking out, logging in, logging out. You know, that's what it requires. That's not required here. You know when your hours are? Listen up. Tell me if this is valuable. Listen up. You know when your hours are? Whenever you say your hours are. What? What? That is an absolute what? That is a gift. So if you understand the season of giving that we're in right now, give yourself the gift, start sharing the gift. And then the key part is you got to respect the gift. You got to respect it. You need to understand it for yourself. You've got to understand how to give it to others, and then you've got to respect it. I know that you guys, let me tell you something. I know that you guys have the ability to respect the gift because I see a lot of you on this call every Thursday when I do this call for Al. So I know you respect it, and I know you can be consistent. What I'm trying to do is get you to move past just observing and to get into action and produce. You want to talk about a gift? You will be unstoppable in 2022. The way you end 2021, you'll be unstoppable for the entire year. I'm telling you. Now, look, we just promoted Chris Sampson, regional director. He's been around for a minute. He got it done, made a decision, got it done. He gave himself the gift of what's available in this company by making a decision and taking action. Do not be surprised. You guys listen up. Do not be surprised if it's the first quarter or sooner that I tell you that Steve Roby got promoted to regional director. And by the way, guess what people will say? Well, he was in ACN years ago, and so what? Not. By the way, guess how many points when we signed him up just over a month ago? Guess how many points customers and reps came over from before? Just none. We had to go start the process all over again. What does he have? He has the belief and he has the knowledge that the business works. That's it. You guys know people and have access to people who have been in network marketing companies. You can go out there and talk to them. They know the industry works. They just need to be in the right environment with the right people, with the right leadership, and with you. That's why it's so important that we get you a result. And it's not too late for you, no matter how long you've been in ACN. I'm going to show you something to make that point before we're done. So here's the next part. So we kind of covered a bit today already, and especially this gift. The gift, know and understand and respect the gift that you have with this business. Now, check this out, you guys. You can put it in the chat if you want. I love competition. I think competing can bring the best out in people. Okay. So I'm going to prove to you that you guys know about competition, right? Here we go. In the NFL, what do the teams play for? What do they play for? And what is that championship called? The Super Bowl. That's right. They play for the Super Bowl. That's what they compete for. In baseball, what do they play for? World Series. Thank you, Heather. In Major League Baseball, they compete. They work as a team to become World Series champion. In basketball, what do they play for? Basketball is not a trick question. It's a world championship. The Larry O'Brien Trophy, NBA championship. Perfect. Thank you, Daryl. How about in hockey? What do they play for? Vegas people should know about this. What do they play for? The Cup, the Stanley Cup. So check this out. The four major sports that we just covered, and we could cover all the individual sports as well. You know, tennis and golf and the four majors. We could cover that. But here's the thing. The Super Bowl, the World Series, a world championship, the Stanley Cup. They are competing for something. They are competing, right? So what is yours? What is yours? I don't know. Is it 100 points? I don't know. Is it, there you go. Mr. Payon, SVP. Are you really competing for SVP? Al just put up SVP. Are you really competing for SVP? You're driving by that same restaurant, that same car dealership, that same person that you could be talking to. Well, you know, I got to make sure I get to the grocery store because my wife or my husband said, if I don't get back and I don't have the gravy here by 5 o'clock, then, you know, there's gonna be hell to pay at home. I'll talk to them tomorrow. And then you think about going by there tomorrow and you actually get the guts to go by there tomorrow and they're not there, but you saw their car there yesterday. Show up 5 minutes with the gravy and stop at the place and talk to that person. Start competing for your championship. Start competing for your championship. This is a season of giving, but I want it to be a season for competing. Compete. Now, does that mean that you guys over the course of the next 10 days should be blowing everybody up on Christmas Day and Christmas Eve? Please don't do that. You can use your heads, please. Like, please. But you know what? If you put yourself out and about right now, the malls, the whatever, I'm telling you, you're going to be able to find someone to pay a compliment to, let them know that you're working on a business project. Would you be open to hearing about it in the new year as I'm putting together a phenomenal team? And I saw how you handled that customer. Would you be open to learning about what we're doing? Anybody could say what I just said. All of you have time, energy, access to people. Everybody does. Everybody does. You guys have heard me talk about this before. Please don't go out to peak people. Peak people while you're out. Be observant, but compete. I want you to compete. I want you to throw your hat in the ring. And it's not too late for you. Look, I don't care. Listen to me. All right, Al, I'm going to wrap this up. Listen to me. I don't care what you've done this year. I care about you guys as people, but look, it starts right now. It starts at 9:31 and 45 seconds. Please stop hanging on to the stuff that didn't go the way you wanted it to go. Or, I can't seem to get myself out of, I can't seem to get out of neutral. I can't seem to. So what? So what? You get out of neutral. How funny, my dad just jumped on. You get out of neutral. You got to get yourself out of neutral. So understand the season that we're in, and you can't give the gift to someone else if you haven't given the gift to yourself first. You got to understand, know, appreciate, and respect what we have with this opportunity, number one. Number two, you got to get out there and compete, man. You guys you all got the four major sports, the Super Bowl, the World Series, the World Championship, and the Stanley Cup. They're competing. You guys, I want you to compete for your freedom. I want you to compete to excel at this. I want you to compete to be a story. I want you to compete to be an example for the people on your team. And I promise you, it's not too late. I'm going to show you why, and then I'll be done and I'll turn it over to you, Mr. Thomas. Look, it's the end of the year, you guys. People think, look, here's the difference between maybe you and I, or, me and a lot of myself and a lot of people. It's the end of the year. I'm prepping 2022 right now. We're working 2022 right now. Chris Sampson and Steve Roby are proof of that. We have a guy on the team, Ryan Ruiz. Do not be surprised if you see him go regional vice president in the first quarter next year. We're not fooling around. We're not fooling around. There are other people, other leaders on this call. Listen, mark my words. You will see Greg Williamson become a regional vice president, or he and I will be dead on the side of the mountain climbing together. That's how I feel about that guy. You find someone like that, watch what happens. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. But it won't happen if you don't compete. So I want to tell you guys, it's not too late. I'm going to prove to you that it's not too late. So I'm going to share something with you. And I looked through a bunch of these. This was like one of the best ones that I could find. So I'll play it a couple times so you guys can see it. But I just want you to take note of the amount of time in the game. Just check this out. Like, this is badass to me. Okay. You don't have to be a sports fan to appreciate what I'm going to show you. This is a really good one. This is a really good one. So hang on a minute. We bring this up and hopefully this plays perfectly here. So watch this. You guys, some of you will remember this game. Watch this. Here goes. So let me do this and let me do this. Can you all see my screen? Check this out. Freaking Damian Lillard. Here goes. Look at the score. Look how much time is left. It's not too late. 0.9 seconds. There's not even a full second left. Portland is down by 2. Watch this.
3 wins the series. It's Lillard. He got the shot off. It goes in and
5,
zero.
4,
It's
3.
out.
Ball is
It's
out of his
over.
hand.
And the Portland Trailblazers, in shocking fashion, for the first time.
Watch this. Now I'm going to tell you something.
He wins
Listen up. How many times in his head did he imagine this? As a kid, growing up, playing college, how many times in his head, visualizing it before it happens? 0.9 seconds to win this series. He had the skill. They ran the right play. He made the shot. When the time was, when he was called on, came through. So what if this is you? What if this is you going regional vice president, going regional director, going senior vice president? What? What if it is?
He wins the series.
One more shot.
He got the shot off.
Why not you? Give me a reason. There's no time left. There was less than a second. Are you kidding me? You gotta be kidding me.
Review because it goes in and triple
There
zero.
you are,
It's out.
getting
It's
that
over.
promotion,
And
walking the
Portland
stage.
Trailblazers,
Now,
in shocking fashion,
why?
they didn't hit one outside shot in the fourth quarter.
Why would I show you this? Why? It's not too late. You got time. You got time. But now's the time. Now's your 0.9 seconds. We have 0.9 seconds for you to make something happen between now and next Thursday, which will lead us right into the new year. Do you guys understand if you have one new person, 2 new people, 3 new people between now and the end of the year, what's going to happen for you in January? Do you understand what will happen? So I wanted to share that with you. So there you go, Mr. Thomas. I am done. And I hope everybody has a very, very, very Merry Christmas. You know, love on each other, on your families, spend that time, but have a plan for your 0.9 seconds and make something happen. And you can. You've been trained by the most phenomenal person in Mr. Thomas. There's just no reason why you can't. So you guys are awesome. I can't wait to see what happens. I have very high hopes and very high expectations for this group in 2022. And you guys will never forget 0.9 seconds. I promise.